All right, excited to be back, talking some Memphis American stuff, and I kind of got excited looking at that video until I realized I look like 5 years younger, I think, and that was just last year at the press conference. So, what?
Legitimately, somebody told me that I look significantly older just after that 1 year, man. That 1 year last year is
It's
crazy.
it's like the president of the United States. They
Yeah, it
age
just
like
got.
5 times more. That's what's happening to us. What's going on?
Yeah,
No, well,
yeah.
we're back. I'm Andrew, co-owner of the team, with Corey Adamson, head coach, GM, player.
All the
What else?
things,
What else?
all the things.
and,
Marketing guy, appearance guy,
and look at this. We're
all the
we're in two
guys.
different locations. It's funny how we both set up outside, not knowing that. I'm
It's
down in
so
St.
nice out.
Pete.
Yeah,
It's finally not 400 degrees down here, and I hear the weather's beautiful in Memphis. So
it's perfect. You don't have a hurricane anymore, thank goodness.
I'll
Looks
tell
like
you what,
everything held together.
that was crazy. Talking about the hurricane. I mean, so last last Saturday, um, well, I forget what the date was, but right before the hurricane came through Florida, we decided to bring Corey down, Mary Ellen, our president from Memphis, head coach and GMs down from Fayetteville, Orlando. Everybody was here in Tampa for the Tampa Bay Strikers tryouts, and then which I thought were great. About 100
They were
people tried
incredible.
out.
They're
Um,
incredible. The talent down there is just it's
yeah,
unbelievable.
it's going to make everybody's going to have to step up this year. I think throughout the whole NISL, the competition is just going to keep improving each season. So, and
Absolutely.
you saw it down at the tryout. I mean, it
Yeah.
was unbelievable. But we had all the coaches there. It was pretty cool to see them all working together. Already some smack talk going on, which is great. You never have enough of that.
Never
Um,
enough. Never enough.
and then we did Sunday. We went to the Tampa Bay Rays game
Man, what
for
a
about
day.
half the game, and then
Yeah.
we went to the Tampa Bay Bucks game. So I mean,
Got to
it was
see Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady in 2022 play against each other. Like that blows my mind.
and
Blows
it
my
came
mind.
down to a 2 point conversion at the end of the game to send it to overtime. I mean,
It's crazy.
obviously the home team lost, but
What
it
a
was
game.
still a good
Yeah.
game,
That
fun
was
fun
awesome.
time,
And
just a
shout out
good
to all
time
the
with
Packers
everybody.
fans because there was a ton of Packers fans and they were super respectful. They talked really good smack. We went back and forth. It was awesome. I made a bunch of friends while I was there too. Bunch of
Yeah,
friends.
they're not Eagles fans, that's for sure. If you
No,
ever been up there,
no,
they're the
that's a
most
different crew.
ruthless fans
Different
anywhere.
crew. Yeah, different
No,
crew.
and then so we had a fun day Sunday, and then Monday, and this whole time we're watching this hurricane, and it's like pounding down. It's like supposed to rip through Tampa, and so
Yeah,
Monday we're in our meetings, and I've got a place in St. Pete. I'm mandatory evacuation,
yeah.
um, and so then we're like, okay, flights are going to be canceled. Corey's going to get stuck here, Mary Ellen. So we ended up, cutting our meeting short. Finished up Monday, which I still thought we were
We
very
got
productive. I mean, the meetings
yeah, we got a
were
lot done.
primarily on the
That was
business
really
side,
good.
but just a lot of the stuff we're working on to improve, our
Yeah,
streams, our ticket sales, fan experience. So I think that was very productive, and I think
yeah.
Mary Ellen's done a great job since she's joined us in early August to
She's a
get
game
things
changer.
organized, because it's operating four teams
Yeah,
like we do. It's a lot of
crazy.
work, and every market is a little different. So
And you're
come
in a unique spot because we're all your children and none of us can be your favorite. We know which one's your favorite, but none of us can be your favorite. So having somebody that's impartial in there that can really organize all of us and get everybody on the same page, and the structure's been great. It's been a lot of fun. We've been doing so many things in this off season that we never had a chance to last year because we just started
yeah.
everything.
Well, I mean, you
And
moved to Memphis December
December.
1st, I remember, or
Yeah,
like right around
yeah.
Thanksgiving, but you really started
It was
December
actually
1st.
Thanksgiving Day. Yeah, I drove in Thanksgiving Day. So
I mean, think about
moved
that.
in here
Think about
Thanksgiving Day.
that was 30
Yeah,
days before the season, because we launched December 26th last year in Memphis, the
it
day
seems
after
like 10 years
Christmas.
ago.
Doesn't it? I know.
Seems like
I
10
feel
years
like,
ago. It's
see all this
crazy.
gray coming in. That's what you
Yeah,
kids
dude.
do to
Somebody
me.
somebody said Botox. I needed a Botox. Somebody said I
Yeah,
needed
I mean,
Botox now because I just
yeah, I
aged too
mean,
much.
it definitely helps. You know what I mean? We'll get you
Yeah,
in there. sponsor maybe of the team or something.
Listen, I can get old. I'm allowed to get old. I spent my first half a career like just looking like a freaking teenager. So I'll
Now
spend the
it's like
back half looking like an
I
adult.
want to look a little. Yeah, I want to look like I'm over 21 for once.
Yeah.
So
All my original fans that were kids, they're all adults, so they want to see me be an adult. They want to look at me as a kid again.
just
So
tell us about the mustache, because that was pretty popular there for a few weeks. I definitely was
man,
not a fan of it, but
listen, it was crazy. It was so, you know, I put it up. It was probably the most popular thing I ever put on Instagram, honestly. Like it was like I put up some flooring that I was gonna do in a bathroom, and I think only that got more interaction. Like,
Flooring.
Flooring, yeah. So it was between two tiles for the bathroom floor, and I was like, dude, who
Okay.
likes this and who likes this? And like, I mean, hundreds and hundreds of people commented or like voted on the thing.
Voted, yeah.
And it was so close at so many times of the day. Like, I wish I could have just let it go for like a couple, like that, you know, on Instagram only lasts for like 24 hours or whatever.
Right.
But it ended up being like 51% to 49% for one versus the other. Like, it was crazy. The mustache thing. Yes. So the mustache one, it was 57-43, but it was like a hard split of like men saying yes and women saying no. Like, it was like a very gender specific slant. No,
so
I swear to God.
The women did not like it?
Like, of the people that said no, like 4 people were men. And it was like 150 some odd women said absolutely not, like, get that off your face. And then it was a complete opposite with the yeses. So it was crazy. Wow. So I liked it. You know, it was different. I can't grow a beard, so I got really proud of the mustache. I let that ride for a little bit. The Top Gun had just come out, so it fit. It just fit. It fit.
Are you gonna bring the stash back at some point?
November, absolutely. November, okay. It's coming back for sure. So I'm trying to schedule all of our team pictures right around November. So we get like the full, you know, poster night. Like I'm gonna have that wicked mustache on there. It'll be great. Yeah.
So what, you know, tell a lot of people, because I don't think people realize what the day-to-day life is like for a head coach and GM at our level. So like, you know, the season's over, they just probably think you're, you know, on the beach or something like that.
Man, I haven't seen a beach in like a whole, like well over a year. I didn't even get to see it when we were down there. We were supposed to have like boat day, and then that got canceled because Ian came through and decided, you know, to wreck everybody.
I thought we should still got on that boat Tuesday. I thought it would have been a little bumpy probably, but
yeah. We need to do something for like some hurricane relief efforts there for everybody down there.
Well, maybe
I'm just glad everybody's safe and happy. But yeah. Well, it doesn't really slow down. It slows down a little bit. Like during season, it's about a 5 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. before I start winding down kind of gig. Now, like I'll still get up around 5 or 6 to get a workout in before training, because we're still training a couple times a week. And then it's trying to do all the things. So we have lots of community appearances. I'm going to a school on Thursday. We try to hit typically 1 to 2 schools a week during school season. During school, obviously. I didn't get that chance last year, which really sucked. That's my favorite part of this gig, is being able to get out there in the community and see everybody. There's a lot of different really cool events. There's so many cool events in Memphis that we get to go out to and set up at. And then it's just meeting and greeting sponsors and bringing people in. You know, right now we're really starting to kick in. I know we're looking to hire a couple of people, sales executives and stuff like that, game day operations people, get them kind of read in on what the day-to-day is going to be during season. But yeah, it doesn't slow down much. I probably get another 20 hours or so back a day, but or a week, not a day, but a week.
I was gonna say, man, you're not working?
Man, right? Like, shoot, I'm just chilling. But no, about 20 hours a week back from in season versus out of season. But yeah, just find it's a lifestyle. And now I got a 5-month-old, so that's even more fun.
And that's like a full-time job too. I mean, that kid is growing like crazy.
He's a freaking chunker, man. We're working on walking. I'm holding him up, and he's starting to take steps and stuff. He's sitting up on his own, just kind of looking around. He looks like a grown man sometimes. He'll look at me, and I'm just like, dude, how old are you? You got a job yet? Yeah, rent's due, dude. Like, you got rent needs to get in here.
Well, but, I mean, when you first,
he's fun.
You know, when you first signed with me in St. Louis, I mean, you met my son. He was probably elementary school. I
He
was
came
help
up to like my mid chest,
I was
on me.
with him the last 2 days, and dude's like 6'2" or 6'3" now.
It's wild.
He's
It's
getting a
insane.
goatee coming in.
He's a
So
full adult.
so time flies. So enjoy that with the little one. Do you
Yeah.
have you started like walking him around, like kicking a
Yeah.
ball or anything yet? Okay.
So we haven't gotten a ball in front of him yet, and I need to do that. Like just one of those little size one things. I
Hmm.
definitely need to do that because that kid is kicking, especially when he's on his back. That boy is kicking. Sometimes he'll be in that little bouncer thing, and he'll just start
Yeah.
jacking his legs up, just trying to take off, And when I come home, when he's in that thing, you can see he's trying to run to me. He's trying to move his feet, but he can't do it yet. But
Is he
the first time I see him try, I'm probably gonna push him down. I'm not gonna lie.
is he gonna be a
I
lefty
want to
though?
see. I don't know. Hopefully, he'll
Okay.
be really good with
Both?
both.
Yeah.
Being a lefty will give you a job. That like, there's so few lefties out there. We always need lefty shooters. I feel like I'm always short lefty shooters. I've been on one team where we had like 8 lefties.
Yeah, which was
So we're all
rare. Yeah.
competing. Yeah, we're just rotating in the same 2 shooting positions, just you know, and one of us is on the ball sometimes, like trying to get ourselves in there. We kept it competitive, but that was the first time I was ever. Usually, it's just like, oh, it's on this side. We need a lefty. Adamson, get in there. So it would be nice. It would be nice if he was lefty. Hopefully, he'll be really strong on both,
So
or
what's
maybe
it?
he'll
How?
just play the cello or something. I don't know. Maybe he'll get
Yeah.
the lyrical capabilities I never had.
Well, we'll see. I mean, the good thing is, with the kid's going to be around it. He's going to be around a lot
Yeah,
of great athletes as well.
man, great
I think that's
people.
what's cool. Like looking back with my kids, they've been around it their whole lives, and
Yeah, yeah.
they've had some good opportunities. But what are you working on now? Like, how's the roster shaping up? We're a
It's
few
good.
months away
Yeah,
from the season. How's
yeah.
that look?
Looks great. We've got a little over 90% retention on both teams, between both teams, which is awesome. Um, I mean, just a couple of like mutually understood kind of scenarios, but everybody's excited to get back. I mean, I think the women, they're such studs last year, and they're going to have a lot of competition this season, a lot of competition this season. But I think they're hungry for it. They're ready for it. Um, they want to get back in and and defend it. They want to defend that championship. And the guys, man, we were a couple plays off. We knew it. We knew we were banged up. We knew we were on the fence with the way the end of the season kind of shaped up and what we had to overcome. Um, Everybody understood what the task was. Everybody understood that there wasn't any excuses. There wasn't anything that was going to keep us from getting to what we needed to get to. Um, and we battled a lot of stuff last year, man, a lot of stuff from a lot of different things, and to come up just short, like that, it was really tough. And I think a lot of them just like we want to get to the end of the season again, like already, like
Yeah.
we're already ready to get to the end of the season. We've made some huge, in my opinion, huge upgrades in specific areas for both teams.
Yeah.
I think especially the men's team, just because I think there's just more. I've had a whole time to get out here, so I'm out almost every night, at least 4 nights a week, on different fields with different teams, playing with the other talent that we didn't even know about last year. We didn't even know existed. There's some
Yeah.
that just graduated from U of M and CBU. Both teams are doing unbelievable. Both U of M teams are, I think, ranked right now. I think the women are struggling a little bit, but overall, they've got crazy talent that's graduating. We have already graduated talent that's coming out. One guy that we're really, really excited, just had another conversation with him today, so he's likely going to sign today, and we're going to get it announced. But one of the top players in CBU and U of M, he played at both, and absolute stud. I think probably top 2 players in the league now. And I haven't even coached him yet. I haven't had a chance to
Wow.
like get him into a system and use him yet. and I feel that he's one of the top 2 players in the league, and that's not including myself. So it's scary. It's scary right now. It's scary to think about like what my power play line is going to be, and really comforting to know what, if God forbid something happens and injuries happen like they do and like they did last season, what we have now to backfill, which I didn't feel we had last year. On the women's side, we have 2 specific players that I have a feeling will be the top, or at least 2 of the top players in the league, period, as well as all the studs that we had last year coming back. I mean, we already announced Lauren and Kelsey, who are the 2 leading scorers on our team last year. Lauren was a defender last year and was 3 points away from tying Kelsey. And we had so many other players that were absolute game changers that have all agreed to come back. I mean, all agreed to come back. So, and have already signed. So we've updated rosters. I was real excited when we got that up there. It was like, hey, update the rosters on this league website. Got it. Here it is. So we'll have our actual website, our Memphis Americans website, updated probably by the end of the day today with everybody, and then we'll be making announcements on who has officially signed and who we got coming back over the next couple of days. But you can expect to see a lot of the same faces from last season and some unbelievably scary, talented new ones. On both sides.
That's good. I mean, but that's what it's going to take to compete every year.
Oh yeah.
It's like you're going to have to, keep developing the talent you have, and then finding that diamond in the rough out there, finding these other stud players. Because I could see just from, visiting all the teams, that the talent level is going to be really good. Now, an advantage that like a team like Memphis has, though, is you've had a season under your belt, right? So,
and one of the
having that indoor is,
yeah. And even last season, actually, Fayetteville and I were talking, Coach Jay and I were talking about this, is indoor soccer is so specific that it takes so long to learn it. They typically say it takes 40 games for you to not be 40 games played, that before you are not considered a rookie anymore. And with only playing 20 game seasons, you got to play 2 to 3 seasons to get that 20 games, and before you can really be considered, a veteran type player, or at least not a rookie anymore. And the other part of that is chemistry, because passing windows and shooting windows, they're open and they're shut in that quick, especially against really disciplined teams and really well-coached teams. So if you don't take advantage of those opportunities, knowing where your teammate's going to be and having the understanding of when they're going to flash in front of the defender or check to a specific side, if you don't have that chemistry with each other within the team, it's very hard to break teams down. You score goals out of happenstance, and goals are conceded out of happenstance too. But the more the whole team's played together, the more you keep everybody together, one roster. It doesn't matter if you didn't compete well last year. If you can keep most of your core together and then add in new pieces, you're going to be so much more successful than just wiping the board clean and then bringing all new players in. Because it's going to take them 2 seasons before they're not rookies anymore already. And on top of it, you have to still build chemistry while these other teams have it already. So one of the things that we were talking about with Martin Gramatica down in Tampa, he's got unbelievable talent down there. And I already know, because of who Tom has in Orlando, that they're going to be scary good already. But it's how quickly can you get them into a system? How quickly can you get them familiarized with each other? And how quickly can you develop that chemistry to then match the talent to what the other teams are organizationally? So,
correct. Well, and you have an advantage because you guys have a great partner with Greenfield Arena for our practice facility there. So, like, as a team, it's the best practice facility in the league. In Florida, they don't really have indoor facilities. So,
Cinco soccer is pretty freaking sick, though. I mean, it's outdoor,
but there's no walls though. And
they got
I
some
think
walls. They got some walls.
I think that makes it,
Yeah.
a disadvantage, but,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's something they'll have to overcome. But I think having Greenfield, that partnership that we have there is great. Natalie and the team
Yeah.
there always take care of us, and I know the players enjoy it. It's very centrally located, so
Yep.
and they've got
Yep.
the new facility is unbelievable.
Pristine. It's probably that's better. One of the better facilities I've been in, just from the atmosphere, the lighting, the surface, everything. It's really, really, really nice. Really nice.
Two quick things. So we were down in Tampa. What was it like? You're a kicker, you're a soccer player, you're meeting your rival coach, Martin Gramatica, who's,
Man, it's
an
crazy.
NFL kicking legend. You grew up in Tampa, he
Yeah.
won, a Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay Bucks. What was that like? I mean, was he like, did he snub you? Like, how did
Not
that
at
go?
all. Honestly, it was first of all, he's unbelievably down to earth. Just a normal average average, a normal down to earth person who happened to have won a Super Bowl and kicked the team into game winners, and has a beautiful family, unbelievable sons, and a stud daughter that's a beast. And she'll probably end up playing for him in a couple of years too. I mean, it was very surreal because beyond once you get past like meeting him, it's like, oh my god, like I literally like when I was 12 or 13 or whatever, just losing my mind when he's kicking field goals. Um,
Because you played arena
and
football too. I don't know if people in Memphis know
yeah,
that, but you played arena football and
yeah,
kicked there
four
as well.
4 years, kicker of the year the first year, and then 4 years, and man, that was the most fun I think I've ever had playing any sport by far. I love soccer. Soccer is
It
my
was fun.
passion. It's what I've done all my life. I played hockey growing up. That was the second avenue, but man, arena football, that just the atmosphere, the locker room, kicking in general is, I love that pressure. I love like that feeling of like you better come through. Like I love that. It just it gets me hype. I don't get nervous often. I don't get really hardly ever. Like the last literally like I think the last time I felt like nerves or butterfly, anything like that um was when I was kicking. Like when
I
that was it. Like I love it, man. I love it. It
I
was so
wanna
much
get
fun. So like
I wanna get some of that video though of, Martine's celebrations after field goals and then, like, your celebrations because you guys both are 2 very passionate, like,
very passionate, but we're
athletes.
very different. He's running around, jumping around. I'm like the yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Like that kind of. There was one Scott Neer, our photographer in St. Louis. He got a picture of me when the dab was like huge. I hit like a 40-yarder, which is crazy
Oh, I
in
remember. Yeah,
arena,
yeah.
dude. I had a 40-yarder to ice the game, and I
Yeah.
just was like, ugh, it was the hardest picture I've ever seen in my life. And I remember that, and then I remember like watching Gramatica just running around the field, ripping his helmet off and going crazy and stuff like that, man.
Yeah.
The best though, the best was in Florida when we played against the what was it?
Lakeland.
What was that? Lakeland, yeah, the Lakeland team, and at RP Funding, and I hit the game winner to send us to the championship, and I turn around, I was pretty hyped. I turn around because my whole family, like my grandmother was there. My grandmother never made it to like a pro soccer game that I got to play in, but she made it to a pro football game, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And I turn around and I see you coming over the wall and sprinting at me like a freaking linebacker. Scared the
I used to have
bejesus
wheels
out of me,
back in the
dude.
day. I
You
think
had
I
you
might if I
still
would've got clocked then, I probably would've got a decent time.
you were in the force. You were definitely in the force for sure in the force, which is good for I mean, really, you're like a 3-point stance lineman. I mean, you're at least you're a 3-4 lineman. You're a 3-4 lineman or linebacker for sure. But like. Yeah, that was pretty sweet. So like to be at dinner and this guy's asking me questions, like asking me advice, was pretty surreal. That was pretty surreal.
Yeah.
I got past like the fanboy kind of like, oh my god, it's Gramatica thing, but that really was like, man, that's surreal. It's cool. I'm really excited.
Respect,
I know.
he's
I can tell
definitely a
we're gonna
good
get
dude.
into it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I can tell we're gonna get into it for sure.
Come game time, you two both are gonna become maniacs. But I
Oh,
think
dude.
the good thing is, just from this weekend is I think you can see, like, we've got such a really good group of guys and gals
Oh,
involved.
yeah.
Like, we have
Yeah.
a really good group. So, it's good. In my opinion, it always makes it more fun. Michael Taylor's a partner with me in all these teams, but before, when we used to compete against each other, there's nobody I wanted to beat more than Michael. Like,
Yeah.
it's like your brother or sister, like,
Yeah.
you have that rivalry. So I think, like, we have a really good group. I mean, I consider us all a family. And then come game day, it's like, yeah, let's talk some trash. Let's battle it out. And you have that respect for each other, but we're,
Yeah.
we're all competitors. We want to win. So
Yeah.
it's going to make it fun. I'm excited for the season. I think, again, having everybody come down to Tampa for those few days, even though we had to cut it short, a lot of progress. We'll talk more next time when we get together about what we're doing to lead up to the season. But I'm anticipating much better crowds throughout the league. You know, the competition level's taking a notch up, and I thought the competition level was really good last year. So
Yeah.
things are definitely headed up. We're looking to add staff in all our markets. And that's really a big focus as we continue to grow the league. We're going to
Yeah.
be
Especially
announcing
as
some big
closer we're getting.
news with some involvement in futsal. So that'll be coming in the next few days. So keep an eye out. But Corey and the rest of the crew are working their tails off. If there's any suggestions that you have for us, reach out to Corey, myself, Mary Ellen. If you have an event you want us to attend or school, Corey's going to be everywhere he can. He's working his tail off, and hopefully you guys see that and come out to game. First game's probably going to be in January, home game. So we should have the schedule in the coming weeks. Any
Awesome.
last words, Corey?
Man, we're so ready to get started. So ready to get started. It's just so ready to get back into it and get
Can't
back
wait to
out.
get that season going.
Man, it's gonna be another blast this year. It's gonna be a blast this year. It was so much fun last season. 5 years ago, whatever it was. That it feels like, but I'm just I'm so excited to get to see where the league's gone already in just a short amount of time. And it's
We're
gonna
building
be a lot
something
of fun.
special here, man. We
Yeah,
we are.
for sure, man.
We got
Yeah,
something special brewing. So,
yeah.
well, check us out. We'll be back. We'll try to give you guys more updates on a more regular basis. We're finally kind of getting settled in and looking forward to the season. Thanks for watching, guys.